Hi, and welcome back to Taste Panel for Chili Nerds. This is episode 125, and also the first episode of the 2011 season. Alright, so hey, first of all, it feels good to be back in the new year. I will tell you that there are certain similarities between the beginning of last year and now the beginning of this year. Okay, first off, both seasons started with me being injured. Alright, so this year, as I mentioned a couple episodes ago, I have a broken toe. Now last year, if you remember, I had broken balls. Alright, now I'll take the broken toe any day. So anyway, not only with the injuries, but also with the sauces, and we're going to be looking at another hot sauce today. Last year, first show of 2010, we started off with a sauce called Jalokia 10, and that was by K. John's here in America. Now this year, we're starting off with a very similar sauce as well, this one being called Ghost Pepper 10. Okay, only this sauce is from the Cambridge Chili Farm. Alright, and that's out of England. So hey, this is going to be the debut of a sauce from the Cambridge Chili Farm, because we haven't had them on the show before. So how about that? Alright, this one starts off, Ghost Pepper 10, starts off with a warning, and it says, hey, warning. Didn't have the hey part there, but it does have the warning. Alright, it says extremely hot sauce, not to be consumed by anyone with respiratory, heart, or stomach complaints. And then they even have a little skull and crossbones there, warning us of the impending danger. Yeah, how about that? Now, let's see if the Cambridge Chili Farm gives us any writing. It does not look that way, though we do have an ingredients list, so I'll get right into that. Alright, we have roasted tomatoes, brown sugar, but Jalokia peppers, roasted garlic, cider vinegar, roasted red peppers, lime juice, molasses, rosemary, black pepper, and salt. So hey, a whole lot of stuff going on in this sauce. And as far as I know, the 10 refers to there's 10 Jalokias per bottle. So hey, that should bring about some heat for the new year. Let's take a look here. Out of England, as I said. If you want to check out the Cambridge Chili Farm, go to www.cambridgechilifarm.co.uk. So hey, there you have it. One more time, Ghost Pepper 10 sauce. Alright, so let's see what this guy is about. I will get the neck label off here, and we shall commence in tasting Ghost Pepper 10. Alright, wow, this stuff here is really tough stuff. Wow. Gotta muster all my strength to get that off of there. Alright, let's take a closer look at the sauce. And there you have it. Looks a little on the thin side. However, I am seeing a lot of seeds in there and a lot of spices floating around. So hey, let's give it a smell and see where we stand with this one. Alright. Wow, kind of boy, I'm getting a really, really strong garlic nose coming off of this. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. Garlic seems to be the main thing going on here. I even see some little white flecks, which are possibly that garlic. Yeah, really coming on strong. Kind of getting a vinegar tang going on in the nose. Picking up a little bit of those chili notes, but not smelling extremely threatening from the aroma. In fact, I'm smelling pretty fragrant with garlic. So hey, back for 2011 is the trusty spoon. So hey, here we go. Ghost Pepper 10, Cambridge Chili Farm. Alright, coming out a little bit on the thin side, but not too bad. Maintaining a slight creaminess and a little bit of chunk dripping off on the spoon. But for the most part, it is a little on the thinner side. But man, that aroma aromatics of that garlic coming off the spoon. I can hardly wait to taste it, so here goes. All right. All right. Well, hey. Boy, that really caught me by surprise. Up front, we have a, wow, really sweet brown sugary notes up front. Putting a real big sweetness on the tongue. Also probably catching a little sweetness of those tomatoes. When the sweetness still kind of hanging in there though. But wow, we're getting a big rise of heat, guys. And also kind of a almost smoky note lingering in there. Not quite a chipotle smoky, but just a lingering smoky quality going on. Wow, I'm getting a really, really, really big, kind of like a bad spot burning on my lips. I got it on either side here. Two pinpoint marks of heat just drilling into my top lip. Wow, catching a little hot mucus on the back of the throat. There's some particles, probably pepper particles, maybe some of that black pepper kind of floating around in there, getting some minor crunching going on. But for the most part, very liquidy in body. Wow, really catching the sides, mucous membranes on the side of my mouth. Tongue starting to catch a lot of heat, wrapping around the front of my tongue, particularly in the front part of my tongue. And the lips, guys, wow, the lips are really starting to sting really bad. And as I'm talking here, the heat, it continues to grow in my mouth and really starting to envelop my whole tongue. I'm starting to salivate pretty heavy under the strain of all of this heat going on in my mouth right now. So, wow, tell you what, catching a little bit towards the back of my throat now. Roof of the mouth fanning up from the back towards the center. Also kind of has back behind the gum line there of my teeth. So basically, if I want to make a long story short, it's really catching my whole mouth. Wow, really hot there. Wow, check that out one more time there. Woo, yeah. Cambridge Chili Farms Ghost Pepper 10 sauce. Yeah, kind of a really nice balance initially, at least, of nice sweet tomatoey brown sugar notes. Sure, some of those chili flavors are in there, but then that heat rises up and catches you and kind of throws the balance a little bit in the direction of being on the hot side. So again, right now my whole tongue's going. My lips are aflame, and anywhere where there's a mucous membrane in my mouth, it's catching some heat, starting to drill down behind my bottom lip now into the soft area by my teeth there. Yeah, very good. Actually, the nose was a little deceptive on this guy. While those garlic flavors may be lingering in there somewhat, and I'm sure they are, I'm kind of tasting some of that happening. Really, really dominant in the nose, and the flavor kind of catches you with a little something different with that. So, yeah, kind of really catching, kind of breathing in some air, trying to cool my mouth down a little bit. A little tanginess happening as well going on in there. So, yeah, you get a full rounded palate, getting some gas buildup in the chest. All those ingredients going on in Ghost Pepper 10. Really adding a lot of flavor, especially initially, until that heat starts to kick in. Alright, so hey, while all this heat of Ghost Pepper 10 is happening right now,